Guys, the embargo this weekend will be for Sunday evening, Sunday 10:30 embargo, please. Usual mics, and if I could ask for your name and organisation for your question.
Good afternoon, Pep. Ben from Sky. We saw some training today and Kevin De Bruyne was again missing. Is he likely to play before the end of the season?
I don't know. Next Monday is not available, so I don't know the future.
And Fernandinho did come out, but with some strapping on his knee. What's his fitness situation? Is he available?
I don't know. I don't speak with. I didn't speak the last days with the doctors because when they start to go to the pitch to run the first training sessions alone, after you realize, okay, he's coming back soon. But they are not. They are still in the gym.
This weekend, potentially, or on Monday, you have the chance to make history and win back-to-back titles. It's not happened in the Premier League for 10 years. What sort of an achievement would it be now you're on the verge of doing just that?
Well, from the beginning of the season, sometimes ask him this kind of question. So, I think what we have to do is a Leicester, and I'm really impressed what I saw the last games about what they do, the quality they have, and only we can do is focus in that.
Jurgen Klopp has said today he's too nervous to watch Manchester City games on TV. Will you be watching Liverpool tomorrow?
Yeah, I will watch.
And just finally from me, before I pass on, of course, your women's team have a chance to do a double tomorrow at Wembley. That would reflect brilliantly on the club as a whole. Obviously, I'm sure you'd like to wish them well.
Yeah, no doubts about that. I think the organisation is awesome. It's so good. Even that the team played the final of the FA Cup with a Youth Cup against Liverpool. So they are working really well, and the women are not just these years, but the last year is doing really well. So getting better next season.
Pep, Simon Stone, BBC. It's the first time we've spoken to you since Raheem Sterling was named the Football Writers' Player of the Year. Could you just explain to us what the maturity of Raheem has been like since you've been here, both in terms of a football player and as a human being?
I think he showed it. He has shown. He show up every game, and he has shown during these 3 years being together. I think every year is getting better on the pitch. So it's not words. It's facts. It's like the politicians, no? The real ones is the facts, not the words. Everybody talk perfectly, but what they do really, honestly. And Raheem doing every single game. So that's why he deserves all my respects, what he has done, and he's playing, but still, like, as I said many times, he's still young, really young. And if he has the desire to get him better, to improve his stats, and he understands his own game, he can help his mates, so he will be a better player. That is what we want to do.
He seems to have taken on almost a wider responsibility within the game. We've spoken before about racism, and he has not been afraid to speak out about that, to tackle that, and that takes a lot on his shoulders for someone who's already in the public eye.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe when you are young, you don't take the responsibility. I think his thoughts and feelings were the same, but of course, when you have more experience, and especially him, is that, and his life is really well organized, and after that it's easy, it's easy to make a step forward and do what he believes to try to do better society.
Pep, Don McGuinness, TalkSport. Just looking at Leicester and looking at the threats that they have, the likes of Jamie Vardy, how impressed have you been with him since he kind of retired from international football as well? He seems to have an extra spring in his step. Is that something that you think can really happen with a player?
Well, I think his career speaks for himself. So not just for the last games, he scored every single game. So he has done incredible in this league. He's an incredible striker, and his movement, finishing, fighting. So, and I think helps. Before Leicester, it was a counter-attack team, a team like make movement runs in behind. Now with Brendan Rodgers add another way to play. They can use it that, but they can control absolutely all the parts of the game. So, and I think Brendan shows his incredible quality as a manager. The fact that just in 2 months and a half, his team play already the way he want to play. Everybody in his position, his movements always well coordinated, and of course, with incredible quality. You know, Tillemans, Madison, people in front with Barnes and Gray and Arberton, and they are so fast players. So they have incredible quality. So honestly, I saw 3 games in the last games, the previous games he played, and I was really impressed the way they played. The players know it will be an incredible task for us, but of course it's already a previous final for us. So the fact is the previous game, the end of the season at home, Monday. Hopefully the people can come and help us and make a good performance and do what we have to do is win our game.
Just a final one. Obviously, everyone's looking at the games that can clinch the title for yourself. There's obviously Newcastle and Liverpool and Leicester come here. Is it people look at teams and think that they can switch off because there's nothing to play for, and that the managers, the players subconsciously can switch off? From a manager's perspective, is that just something that never happens?
The opponents.
Yes.
That is not going to happen. So the managers, the players, when they are there in front of the people, they want to make a good figure, good performance. The question is no sense, sorry.
Subconsciously?
No, forget about it. So I cannot imagine the Leicester players come here for the holidays. So maybe they can chance to, to finish in the 7th in the position, depends on the result. So at the end, I think it's not going to happen. They are going to try to make a good game, sure.
Hi, Pep. Just on Brendan, when he was with Celtic, he obviously made things very difficult for your team. How do you expect them to approach the game on Monday? Will they be defensive or a bit more open? Or
Open, high pressing, good build-up, quality in the middle. So they're going to attack. The same would happen against Celtic when we were there. Celtic Park and here the second game. So what we saw the last games, he played against Arsenal, even with 11 against 11, no chance against 11 the second half, 11 against 11, they were better. So it's a good side, really good team.
And more for the Bogger, before the Bogger. Yeah, just on the front.
Hi Pep, James from The Standard. Lots been made of the fact that obviously Rafa Benitez's connection with Liverpool, but from what you know about him, the type of manager he is, how do you think he'll approach the game?
It's the same than before. So Brendan and Rafa were in Liverpool. It's the past, but they want to win. I cannot imagine being in the former clubs I go in there and I want to win the game, even if I don't have to fight. They have for their prestige. They want to win. So I don't have doubts about that. But other side is they're doing good job of a job. But so it's no sense this kind of question. So they want to win. All the players, all the managers, when they are out there, they want to do good performance.
Hey Pep, hola, Enric Gil, Catalunya Ràdio. This week, Liverpool suffered a big loss in Barcelona. Do you think this can affect them to the rest of the season?
Well, I don't think so. I think the game was incredible good. The game for the semi-final of the Champions League, both sides were incredible. Liverpool were outstanding and beats Liverpool, Barcelona. They have to do a good performance as well. So both teams were incredible game. I enjoyed it a lot watching them, and I don't think so really. So they fought a lot for this season. I think it's going to do their game. Of course, Newcastle is not easy, like Leicester is not easy. So we're going to see what happens, but they are going to well prepared to try to win the game.
Pep, Fred Caldeira, Sport Interativo. Still on that game, you've said many times that who has Messi in Champions League is a step forward. Do you think that was the case last game in Camp Nou?
Yeah, it was, yeah. But I think Barcelona defend really well. They when they should defend, and So they beat an incredible team as Liverpool. So Liverpool must be proud for the. So they played in the most difficult stadium in the world, and they play with a lot of courage, personality, and they make a good game. So that's why we were delighted. It was I think they defend really well a semi-final for the Champions League. So when these both teams played the semi-final and played the way they played, so they deserve it. They deserve it.
Okay, guys, you call in Bargo, please, for 10:30 on